trenchant as verb, cutting or keen, vigorous or incisive in expression or style. The critic's review was trenchant, pointing out flaws in the film. The lawyer's cross-examination was trenchant, exposing the witness's lies. The historian's analysis was trenchant, revealing the underlying causes of the conflict. The manager's feedback was trenchant, highlighting areas for improvement. The journalist's report was trenchant, uncovering corruption in the government. Vanquish as verb, to defeat thoroughly in a battle, conflict, or competition. To overcome or subdue an opponent or enemy in a physical or metaphorical sense. The army was able to vanquish the enemy in a decisive battle. He was determined to vanquish his opponent and become the champion. The hero in the story vanquished the evil wizard and saved the kingdom. She hoped to vanquish her fears and perform well in the competition. The team was able to vanquish their rivals in a thrilling victory. Balk as verb, to frustrate or foil the plans or hopes of, to refuse to go along with or to do something. The horse balked at the jump, refusing to go over it. The team manager balked at the idea of letting their star player go, knowing that it would hurt the team's performance. She balked at the idea of going skydiving, despite her friend's encouragement. The company balked at the high cost of implementing the new software system. He balked at the thought of public speaking, despite being an expert on the topic. Begrudge as verb, to feel envy or jealousy towards someone who has something that one desires. To resent having to give or allow something to someone else. He begrudged his friend's success and couldn't help feeling envious and resentful towards him. She begrudged every penny she spent on the expensive meal and felt guilty for indulging in such a lavish experience. The boss begrudged giving his employees a pay raise, believing that they were already being paid enough. He begrudged the time he spent with his family, feeling like it was taking away from his work and personal goals. She begrudged the fact that her sister always got more attention and praise from their parents. Beliasfer, to give a false impression or to misrepresent, to show or prove to be false. Her confident demeanor belied the nervousness she felt before the presentation. The calm surface of the lake belied the powerful currents that lay beneath. His cheerful smile belied the sadness he was experiencing deep inside. The lavish exterior of the mansion belied the financial struggles the family was facing. The peaceful townscape belied the tension simmering just below the surface among its inhabitants. Belittle as verb, to make someone or something appear less important or valuable than they really are. To speak of or treat someone or something in a dismissive or contemptuous manner. She belittled his achievements, claiming that they were nothing compared to hers and that he had not really accomplished much. He belittled her intelligence, making fun of her ideas and opinions and treating her like she was inferior to him. The coach belittled the team, yelling at them and insulting their performance in front of the other players and coaches. She belittled his feelings, telling him that he was being overly sensitive and that he needed to toughen up and stop complaining. He belittled the importance of the project, claiming that it was a waste of time and resources and that it would not make a significant difference in the long run. Besichasverb, to encircle and lay siege to a place, typically a fortified location, with the intent to capture or conquer it. To surround and harass someone with persistent demands or requests. The protesters besieged the government building, blocking the entrances and demanding to be heard by the officials inside. The city was besieged by enemy troops, cutting off supply lines and preventing people from leaving or entering. The detective was besieged by reporters, all trying to get the inside scoop on the latest crime scene. The company was besieged by complaints from customers, all unhappy with the quality of the product and demanding refunds. The team was besieged by injuries, making it difficult to field a competitive squad for the upcoming game. Brook as verb. To endure or withstand something without giving in. To tolerate or put up with something. The teacher would not brook any misbehavior in her classroom, and the students knew she meant business. The company could not brook any further delays in the project, as they were already behind schedule. The coach would not brook any excuses for missing practice, and the players had to show up on time. The judge would not brook any disrespect in her courtroom, and anyone who did so was held in contempt. The homeowner could not brook any more noise from the construction site next door and filed a complaint with the city. Contrive as verb. To plan or arrange something with care or effort. To plan or devise a scheme, trick, or strategy with skill and cleverness, especially in order to achieve a dishonest or unethical end. The detective contrived a plan to catch the thief and retrieve the stolen jewels. The engineer contrived a way to improve the efficiency of the machine. The writer contrived a plot twist to make the story more interesting. The magician contrived a new trick to impress the audience. The teacher contrived a game to make learning fun for her students. Discriminate as verb. To make a distinction or a judgment between things based on specific criteria. To recognize a difference or a distinction between things. The company does not discriminate against job applicants on the basis of their race, gender, or religion. It is important to discriminate between reliable sources of information and unreliable ones. The doctor was able to discriminate between the symptoms of the two different illnesses. The human ear is able to discriminate between a wide range of sounds, from the faintest whisper to the loudest explosion. The study aimed to investigate how people discriminate between different levels of noise pollution in urban areas. Enumerate as verb. To list or mention items one by one. To specify items in a list or series. She enumerated the steps required to complete the project. The report should enumerate the company's accomplishments over the past year. The teacher asked the students to enumerate the causes of the American Civil War. The survey was designed to enumerate the number of people living in the area. The sales report will enumerate the different products sold and their respective quantities. Expound as verb. To elaborate or discuss something thoroughly. To explain or describe something in detail, often with the intention of making it easier to understand. The professor expounded on the theory of relativity during the lecture. The author expounded on the theme of love in her novel. The speaker expounded on the benefits of a healthy lifestyle. The consultant expounded on the advantages of investing in renewable energy. The coach expounded on the team's strengths and weaknesses. Glut as verb. To fill to excess. To supply an excessive amount of something. The real estate market is glutted with new developments, making it difficult for sellers to find buyers. The company glutted the market with their new product, flooding the market with inventory. The market was glutted with too many similar products, making it difficult for any one brand to stand out. The internet is being glutted with more and more content every day. The manufacturer tried to glut the market with their product, hoping to corner the market and drive out competitors. Impute as verb. To attribute responsibility or blame for something to someone. To credit someone with something, especially an achievement or quality. The company was found guilty of imputing false information on their financial statements. He imputed the blame for the project's failure to his team members. The media imputed his success to his family connections rather than his own talent. The study imputed a link between smoking and cancer. She imputed negative motives to his behavior without giving him the benefit of the doubt. Retract as verb, to physically draw back or pull in, to withdraw or cancel a statement, promise, or commitment. The cat retracted its claws when it saw the owner. The company retracted their offer after discovering the candidate's criminal record. The teacher asked the student to retract their statement after realizing it was false. The singer retracted their hand from the fan's grasp to avoid being pulled into the crowd. The journalist was forced to retract their article after it was revealed to contain factual errors. Snub as verb, refuse to acknowledge or speak to someone. Reject or ignore someone or something in a rude or dismissive manner. He snubbed her by not returning her phone call. The company snubbed the proposal, rejecting it without proper consideration. She snubbed her former boss at the networking event. The team snubbed the new member, not including him in the project. The author felt snubbed by the lack of attention given to his latest book. Tractable as verb, capable of being easily controlled or managed, easily led, taught, or influenced. The horse trainer worked hard to make the wild stallion more tractable. The dog was very tractable and obeyed every command. The student was tractable and open to new ideas. The employee was very tractable and did everything though. The new employee was very tractable and responded well to constructive feedback. Truncate as verb, to terminate or end something abruptly. The editor suggested truncating the article to make it more concise. He had to truncate the video to fit the time limit. She had to truncate her vacation because of work obligations. The developer had to truncate the data to fit it into memory. The artist decided to truncate the sculpture to give it a more modern look. Badger as verb, to annoy or pester persistently with demands, questions, or proposals. To confront or challenge persistently or aggressively. The salesperson wouldn't stop badgering me to buy a product I wasn't interested in. The coach constantly badgered his players to perform better and work harder. She felt like her parents were always badgering her about her grades and her future plans. The interviewer kept badgering the celebrity about her personal life, despite her repeated requests to stick to the topic of her work. He was badgered by his co-workers to contribute to the office gift fund, even though he didn't want to. Buck as verb, to move suddenly or nervously, as if in fear or excitement. To resist or object strongly. The horse bucked when the rider tried to mount it, throwing him off. The company decided to buck the trend and invest in renewable energy, despite the high upfront costs. The politician decided to buck his party's leadership and vote against the bill, citing concerns about its impact on his constituents. The worker refused to buck the system and follow the unsafe procedures, even though it was common practice among his colleagues. The student decided to buck the teacher's expectations and write a paper on an unconventional topic, earning high praise for his creativity. Level up your English. Master vocabulary, idioms, and phrasal verbs with fun quizzes. Translate meanings into 104 languages. Download now. Link in the description. Please like and subscribe to our channel.